Ah, there we are. I knew there was a button I was forgetting to push. Forgot to add myself to the stream. I was too busy trying to get some of this delicious coffee this morning. How's everybody doing this morning? It's another beautiful day, if you like, cloudy and overcast. But it's going to clear off a little later. I think get up to about I think she said 68 or something like that. So it's all good. It's all good. Let's see who we got hanging out with us today. We got Mr. LB Sharp. Good morning, LB. Darren Birds. Good morning, sir. There you go. Let's see what he's doing this morning. He says, "Morning, everyone. Busy shop day. Gonna make my first face frame for a project I'm working on for the wife." Okay, good deal. Glad you're getting some shop time. Wilson Ruwadam. Good morning, sir. Thank you for the thumbs up. We got a few of them over there. John Howard's with us this morning. Good morning, John. You left your flag off of this one. Normally he puts a U.S. flag on there. Don't think I don't notice that stuff. Leo Stager's here. Good morning. Hope you have a good day. Monroe Cook's here this morning. Good morning. Good morning to Steve Gronsky, 44 going to 65. Yeah, it's about what it's going to be here, I think. Although I think it was like 62 or something this morning. It didn't get down very cold. And of course, it's not going to go up very much either, but at least it didn't get down nipply like it has been. George Rothfuss says, "Well, it's Monday, and the tax man cometh. In this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes." Yep, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. So I hope y'all got till midnight tonight, so y'all better get with it if you hadn't already done it. I just got to send them some money this morning. That's all I got to do. Mark's here. Good morning, Mark. My phone's rattling. I don't know what that's about. I can't read it anyway. I don't know why I turned it on without my glasses. I can't read it. Gary Hammett's here. Good morning, sir. Bruce Foley. Good morning. Lou Thomas is here. Good morning. David Burnett says, "Good morning, belated happy birthday." Thank you. I was had a nice birthday yesterday. Absolutely nothing happened. It was quiet for a change. I think my neighbors over there, I got neighbors over here beside me, and they like to, well, one of them anyway, they like to have their little band practice in the garage. Or he's a drummer, and he'll invite his boyfriends over, and they play something, but it's always loud and noisy and stuff. But it was nice. They must have been, since it was Easter, they must have been off visiting their family or something. And it was nice and quiet, uneventful. That's the way I like them these days. Clyde's here. Good morning, Clyde. Solar Man says, "Morning from the road back to Maryland." Okay. Doc Whitaker's over there. I actually put this on Facebook this morning. See, we'll get a few folks pop in here on Facebook. Good morning, Doc. Hope you're feeling well. Mr. JR's here this morning. Says, "Good morning, Dave and Coffee Crew." Got your little coffee hutch looking pretty good there, JR. I like that. Charles Steed, good morning, sir. Al Forte's here. Good morning, Al. Dave Huey says, "Yeah. Another one of them Whitaker boys. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. I'm just happy to have made it. Almost didn't make the one the year before, so I'm happy to have made this one without any big fuss. Yeah, I saw some pictures. I think Mark Charles posted one of his deck or something, and it was covered with snow. And I'm like, for crying out loud, it's middle of April. Y'all can have that stuff. I don't care nothing about that. But anyhow, I don't really have a whole lot to talk about. I tell you what, I have really been enjoying that little Ender 3. Um, I was running. I've had some issues with the only thing I don't like about it, and I've got my big head in the way where you can't see it. But if I move, the way they mount the spool on top, it's just too sharp of an angle. And I mentioned this Saturday night when I was talking about it. But I printed out a little arm. You probably can't see it because it's all this gray color. But I printed out a little arm that slides down over that bracket, and then it swings out. It's got a little hole through it, so you feed the filament down through there. And then I also, and again, you probably can't see it, but down here, I was working on this little bracket, and of course, it prints like this. And this part here broke off because of the very thing I was trying to make this to fix. I walked away for a minute, and if I sit back here, it runs fine. And I walk away for a minute, that filament will hang up, and then it'll, the next thing I know, it's gotten all stringy because it's not getting any, not getting filament to work. But anyway, so this one messed up, but I thought, well, I'm going to put. What I did is I put one of these little. Let's see if I can get this. If I hold it up against my black shirt, you can maybe see it. If I put one of these little bitty V grooves in there, and what I did is I stuck it in this one, even though this one was broke, it had enough of the slot that I thought, well, maybe I can push it on there and it'll hold it good enough to work so that I can run another one. So then you can see the two pieces that broke off of that one. So anyway, after I did that, that worked pretty good, and I was able to get another one made. So I've got another one pushed on there, and then I made yet another one to test to make sure everything's gonna work. And it seems to be working pretty good now. But I'm still, I don't know. It's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of another. I don't like the spool on top because of it creates that weird angle. And but I also don't like when you set it off to the side, because then it takes up a whole lot more room on your table and stuff. So hey, there's Janet. How you doing, Janet? I haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you're doing well. Enjoy your snow. I saw there was some snow up there. Y'all can have it. I see y'all post pictures like that, and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm pretty happy here in Georgia. All right, thank you, Al. I appreciate it. Sean's here this morning. How you doing, Sean? Enjoyed having you on the show Saturday. I see George got something going on here. Southeast Michigan today, snow forecast in the thumb, 2 to 4 inches. Oh, I guess you're talking about Michigan, the mitten in the thumb part, 2 to 4 inches. But by Sunday, we are expecting temp 78 degrees. All right. Hey, there's Wild Bill Larison. Man, see, if I throw it over there on Facebook, we get all kinds of people popping in here. Good to see you, Bill. Hope you're doing well. Looky here. Students are taking a test, so I hopped in to say howdy. 6 more weeks. I know it, Doug. I'm waiting on you, buddy. I'm waiting for you to come be my co-host here on the coffee sessions. I mean, you're going to need something to do. Come on. You might as well. And you probably drink coffee in the morning. So see if we can give you an opportunity for something to do for 30 minutes on weekdays. Janet says snow on Monday, going to be 80 on Friday. Yep, that's Indiana, all right. That is it for sure. Yeah. I also made, you can probably see it back there. I just pulled it off this morning. I can't do my hands right. This right here. Did one of those little things that you slide on the extruded aluminum there, and then you put all your little, because I had all the little Allen wrenches and all that stuff sitting all around the table, and I'm like, yeah, I'll make one of them. So I did that, and of course, like I said, now that I've got these little filament guides or whatever made, thing is going to work even more better, I think. And then after I got that done, I ran a little calibration cube so I can check it. Man, I got to tell you that I'm just so happy with that thing. It's practically dead on the measurements, and it's smooth and all that stuff. Just really doing a good job. And I haven't done anything. I spent a lot of time leveling that bed that first time before I ran the first print, and then haven't touched it after that. I just load it in and hit the button and watch it do its thing. Like I said, the only thing I was having to worry about is making sure that spool didn't get tangled up and stop feeding it. But Gary says 16 watching, only 7 thumbs up. Well, you must have done the trick, Gary, because I see 13 over there now. But anywho, weather's supposed to be getting a little better. Like I said, we were having rain today, but the 5-day forecast looked like pretty decent weather with no rain all the rest of the week. And I have got to get out in the shop and do a little production out there. And I've been sitting here, I told you last week about my dust collection getting all funny when I turn it on, just kind of, and then I'd hear or smell that funny little electrical smell. And I got to thinking about it, and my buddy Jim, the one that gave me that dust collector, he called the other day, and we got to talking about it. And I said, the more I think about it, I said, I don't know why I didn't think about this to start with. I said, but I'm thinking it's something wrong with the dust collection. But I said, it might not even be that. It might be because I have it plugged into, Jim made me this thing where I've got 4 switches, and it mounts to the front of my machine. And he's got this long cable, and then he's got 4 big outlets. Well, it's 4 sets of 4. And then each one of those switches controls one of those. And that cable's long enough to go to the back of the machine. So I plug everything back there, and then right at the front of the machine, I can flip that switch. Well, it just dawned on me the other day. I'm thinking something's wrong with that dust collector. And it might be one of them switches on that thing gone bad, because I'm not turning it on at the dust collector. I leave that switch on, and then it's plugged into one of those 4 things, and then I have it marked which switch to flip to activate those 4. So I'm wondering if I just go unplug that and move it to one of the other ones, it may work. So I'm going to try that this morning, because I really need to run that dust collector. But if it If it doesn't, if I move it and it does that, then I'll know it's something with the dust collector. I'll at least be able to troubleshoot that much of it. And then I'll just leave it up to Jim if he wants to come look at it and see. But I bet you it'll work fine when I move that. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. But and another thing I think I'm going to do, I've got to draw it up. I'll use my newfangled Design Spark mechanical software to model up a hose adapter so that it will fit in my, on my little homemade plywood dust shoe. I just made rings that have just slightly under a 4-inch diameter outside, and then I don't know what it is inside, probably 3 inches or something. And then that's just so I could take my 4-inch flex hose and put over it and then use one of those rings to tighten it on. Y'all hear that? I don't know what that is. Let me go check, see what that is. I'm not sure if that's my smoke. Let me go. Okay. I don't know if y'all could hear that, but it was like a high pitched thing. It almost sounded like a smoke detector, only not quite as loud. But as soon as I walked in the hallway, I thought, it's coming from the bathroom. I think my thing on my commode tank, it's not popping. That thing's not popping back up all the way, and somehow it was making this weird noise. But I just pulled the handle up and it stopped. So always something, isn't it? Rob Schuster's here. How you doing, Rob? Thank you for coming on Saturday night. Hope you'll come back again. All right, let's see. JR said, if it's interesting to you, Dave, I just emailed you a couple of pictures of my most ambitious 3D printing jobs, a Ford, a Chevy, and a Toyota engine. Let me see if I got my email. Well, if you've got pictures attached, it'll probably take them a minute to come in, though. So I may not even get them because I haven't got them yet. Harbor Freight's having a sale if anybody's interested. Huge sale, spring Black Friday. Final day ends Monday, April 18th. It's like every day I get stuff from them. Every day. What is this? Here's something from SketchUp. What are they sending me? Not interested in that. Yeah, I'll leave that open and see if I get your photos, JR. If I get them in time, I'll share them if that's all right with you. Uh-oh, something just popped in. Let's see if that was them. Ah, yeah, that's them. Let me see if I can. Let's see, where am I going to save them to? I got to make sure I remember where I'm putting them. Let's just throw them on the desktop for now. Yeah, put them right there on the desktop. Okay, as soon as those get queued up, I'll show. I think may have seen one of them because I've seen, looks like a model of an engine sitting on a shelf behind you when you're doing your live streams from your office. James Ridgway is here. Good morning, James. It says, Doug, you're in for the best part of life. I agree. Leo said he heard that noise. Says, talking about electrical problems and then smoke detector, you're adding some drama to the show. I don't want any drama, buddy. All right, let's see if I can find where those pictures just went. I think that's one of them. Let's see if it is. Oh, yeah. I think this is another one. Well, let's see. Let's see if that's one. Oh, yeah, I like that one. I'm going to show these here. I'm just previewing them here to make sure I got the right picture because I can't even. I have to open it up to see. Okay. All right. Let me pull this back up here. Well, Dave, come on. Forget how to work this thing. All right. Let me get this shared. All right. Y'all check this out. That is pretty cool. I like that. Now, how long? I'm almost afraid to ask. How long did it take to 3D print all that stuff? And what size printer did you use? That's really cool. Let's see what the other one was. There's an inline something. Inline 6, I guess. Man, you've even got a little what is that, a little motor to make it turn over. That is just dadgum cool there. Now, where do I get to the there was another one somewhere. I think it was, no, that's that one. This one. Yeah, here's another picture of that one. Man, that's a lot of 3D printing right there. A lot of printing. Let's see. Okay, JR says, was a Creality 10 or something, each engine block was around 30 hours, just the block, no other parts. Yeah, I can imagine that, and there's a lot of parts there. That's a big commitment to say, I'm going to make one of those. Yeah. Yeah, JR looks like he did what I did. He says he have since sold his printers, was a couple of years ago. Yeah. Well, that's some pretty cool stuff. I mean, you look at the parts there, you got all kinds of stuff. But that looks really, really neat. Let me see if I can get that one. That just looks pretty cool. I don't know if I could. I mean, it'd be cool to make it and have it on display like you've got, but I don't know about if I'd have the patience to make some of that stuff like that. Especially those long prints. That's one thing I hate about, or at least it's a downside. Me living by myself here, it's like every time I get ready to start a print, I have to go, okay, how long is this going to take? And of course, sometimes, just like all these software programs. Sometimes they say, here's the estimated time, and sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter. Uh, and it's not like you can, fire this up and then go shopping at Publix or something. At least I'm not going to. Uh, I don't sit in here and watch it, but I'm in the house when it's running. Well, I say that I'll go outside for a little bit, let Jack out or something a few minutes, but I'm not going to get in the truck and take off and go someplace. I don't trust them that much. Uh, and I value my house more than I do my 3D prints. So I don't want it to catch something on fire and burn it up. But yeah, that's one downside is I just don't want to run anything that's going to be more than 8, 10, 12 hours. And if I'm going to do something that's this 12 hours, then I got to plan it to get up that morning and say, okay, I don't have anywhere to go that day. I'll get up that morning, have it all set up and fire it up, and it'll be done that day. Okay, JR said he started the project to support a local vocational school's automotive program. Well, that's cool. Said he made 2 of each, one for them and one for me. Wow, that is a lot of stuff. Then there's the Patricks. How you doing, Patricks? Oh, he must not have his. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's showing up. How you doing, Patrick? Good to see you. John said he's got to go. All right, we'll see you, John. It's almost time for me to go too. I got to get out there. First thing I'm going to do is move that dust collector to a different thing and see if that helps it to fire up. George says those 3D prints are just OMG and a lot of time invested. Yeah. Yeah. It is a lot of time. There's Ron Coffee. Good morning, Ron. Yeah, he made those and then promptly burned out on 3D printing. I can see why that would take it out of you after doing those. All the time invested in it. But that's pretty cool. It's cool that you got those to have on display, and those are pretty cool looking. I just I like it, and I would think, yeah, I look at it and I go, yeah, I kind of like to have one of those, but I'm like, that goes against my wanting to make stuff that's useful. I don't need any more stuff to just sit around and look cool. The Patricks wants to know what's the blue box behind me. The blue box, which is let's see, right here. That is just a homemade plywood enclosure for an Otour Laser Master Pro 2 desktop laser. It's I want to say the 5-watt, I think. It's just an engraving laser. And you can see, if I can move my head right, you can see the 2 windows. I ordered that from JTech Photonics. That's the the same kind of stuff they make the cool. Well, you can see my red glasses sitting back there too. So it's Pew Pew. It's the protective window. So I wanted to make the main reason I got that enclosure, Patrick. If you look over, well, I'm using my mouse like you can see it. See if I can point to it. Right here is one of those inline fans, and then I have this flex hose, and you can see right over here, it's just a piece of plywood with a hole in it, and it's got a flange glued to it, so I can put that Flexos on it. And then I just raise my window right here, stick that in the window, and close the window back down. Then I vent all the fumes outside. So I got that, and then of course, if you look behind me on the other side, I just got that a few days ago. So I'm back with the 3D printing and shooting laser beams. Although I haven't shot it, I haven't done anything with that laser in a minute. But let's see, George Rothfuss says, move the other way, point to the part you fixed on the 3D printer. Okay, let's see. If I set like this and take my finger, right here is what I was talking about earlier. And I don't have one to show you. I could show you. Bear with me a second. I'll get this up here. Let's see here. Okay, so I'll share my screen again. And this is the Creality slicer. And let me put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. It's right here, I think. Well, which one was it I used? I thought I had it right here. It may not even be in this. I think that's it. No, that's not the right one. I know I got it here somewhere. Maybe this is it. Yeah, here it is. This is what that little slot right there is what goes over that bracket that holds that spool on, and then you can see the little arm. I'll get my mouse over here where you can see it. The little arm comes out, and it's just got a little hole right there, so that you can feed the filament out and pull it through that arm, and then that way it keeps it kind of arced out. And then the other part is this little piece right here that fits right down here over the bracket, and then it just puts where you would feed the filament up under this V-groove bearing, and then that will also help keep it where it's not pulling tight and getting at that real sharp angle. And then when that happens, then it won't feed anymore. It'll start slipping, and then the next thing you know, your print's messed up. So yeah, the V-groove bearing, I have a whole, I bet you I have 300 of these out there. That's the same little V-groove bearing that I used on the Garage Works. So I got a ton of them out there. Anyway, I'm past my time. We all got to get going, get work here, or do something. So thank y'all for hanging out with me this morning. Thank y'all again for all the birthday wishes and stuff I got yesterday. Like I said, I just had a quiet, very uneventful day, and that's how I prefer them these days. So, but thank y'all for taking time to post that and all. I appreciate it. And we will get out of here and see y'all tomorrow, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, I guess. Y'all have a good Monday, and we'll see you on Tuesday.